Well, it's time for the US Open, which means we've got 36 bowlers per squad, socially distanced. We've got 3 different patterns that they have to qualify on, and then the top 36 are going to come back, and they're going to bowl on a 4th pattern all the way through the TV show. We've got squad times at 8 a.m., 1 p.m., and 6 p.m. the next 3 days. Bowlers are then going to come back on Friday. They're going to bowl 8 more games in the morning to get us down to 24 bowlers, where they'll then bowl 24 games of round-robin match play with 30 bonus pins awarded for each win. And we'll have our grand finale on Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific on FS1, the top 5 stepladder finals. Here at the US Open, players are going to have an opportunity to potentially compete on 4 different patterns. But today all we got to worry about is that one right there. Again, this week, the players all have their bowling balls in their 4x4 squares.
Well, good morning here at the US Open. It's a nice and bright and early morning. I think today's scoring pattern is going to be pretty high scoring. If guys stay to the right and use urethane, they could break them down to where you could see some good scores today. But don't worry, that'll all get equalized tomorrow. So, and I think the guys know that. So it'll be interesting to see if they press a little harder today because they know they can get some. They might be able to get some score on this 36-foot pattern. But beginning of the most grueling week in bowling starts today.
Perry Crowell made the US Open show last year.
Not very many people get to bowl this, so it's going to be an enjoyable experience. I think they're going to be high scoring to start, but I think the transition is going to be a little tricky. I think guys will throw urethane to start, and then transition into resin bowling balls, trying to curve them a little bit. So we'll see what happens. A little speed bump down lane about 35 feet, and go from there.
Now we'll just see how they go here the first round, and then the rest of the day we'll see how it develops. But strong squad. You got Rash, you got O'Neill, you got Buttriff. You know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get our guys off to a good start.
How many balls you get this week?
10 balls, Mike. 10 full bowling balls. 3, hopefully 4 patterns. Brad and Kyle, YouTube, subscribe. We're trying to get to 100K.
Hey, buddy.
What's the plan here with just a few balls on the lanes?
Just throw 2 great shots on your opposite pair just to get an idea how different they are from the practice range, and then just go. It's really, there's not a lot of strategy because you can't do anything to the lanes. You just got to make sure your first shot every game a great shot so you can make your adjustments and figure out where you need to be on the lane.
So 314 over. To start the block, I stayed on the gutter as long as I possibly could. Eventually hitting the lefty pairs, I was able to move in and throw black camera. I started with the block with the gray U2 Classic of Columbia 300 a couple years ago, and just tried to stay as consistent as I could today so far. Pretty confident going into the next couple days. I know the scoring pace is going to be a lot lower tomorrow, so I have definitely pretty big cushion on my back right now, so just gotta take advantage of it.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. A couple pairs kind of took it away from me, but overall I'm pretty happy. I mean, 100 over at the US Open is always a good score to have. So
I watched Jacob strike 9 times a game, and I struck about 4. So great.
Not great. I missed them when they were pretty good early, and then I went the wrong way late. Didn't catch a very good pair the last pair and bowled 180, but we got 50 over. It's never going to kill you at the US Open, but a little dejecting knowing that there was some score out there this morning.
It's definitely a little different bowling with the guys, move a lot faster and a lot further left.
What about picking the big 4? How was that?
That was crazy. I was like, I saw someone make it the other day. I know you posted something from the Masters. So I left it and somehow I thought of that. I was like, I want to do that. And then I did it, so it was pretty cool.
They're pretty tough today. Honestly, I think that the biggest thing is going to be your ball speed and being able to control that, making sure that your ball reads enough in the front, especially before that little speed bump down lane. You know, it's only 36 feet, but being a little slower, getting your ball to read that front and like just a little bit before that speed bump is really key today.
bleak the first half of the block. Didn't throw a lot of strikes. You know, it was about evenish, a little minus after 4, and then found a little hole there for the last 4 games, and managed to put some good games together, get into a good position.
Oh man, that was a frustrating one. Yeah. Early on, I didn't really like what I saw, and a lot of the good shots didn't get them over, and every bad shot seemed to leave pins on either side of the deck. So made a ball change the last 2 games, thinking, you know what, you might as well try and get a few pins, and managed to bowl 240, 250 to nearly save the day. It would have been nice to have probably changed that ball a game earlier. Yeah, I've got to try and stay patient, can't think of what I should have done, just kind of focus on what I've got to do next.
I had a really bad Masters, so I spent basically the entire practice session yesterday trying to get comfortable. Feel was really bad, just kind of whole week was bad. Man, it's crazy because the last ball that I put on my ball list is the one that I ended up crushing them with today. Man, Desert Tank, when it gets going, it just strikes. Thankfully, got a couple pretty good breaks. Tripped a couple 4s, which is pretty hard to do in this building. And, you know, unfortunately caught a really bad last pair. A whole pair was bowling good. I bowled 170, was high on the pair, but still a really good day.
Here's a good look at the oiling process. We got the best in the business with Gus Faljean and Doug Dukes here. These lane machines actually walk themselves. So he's going to spin around here and hang a right. And then just go to work. Just cruise right on there, set off the foul light. And there he goes.
Listen, sometimes you need the pump up method, right? And we've cycled through all the balls here, and right now my boy hasn't bowled a 200. And sometimes you just got to dig in here, and you got to get him thinking. And you just got to get him thinking. So sometimes you just got to go a different route. Sometimes as a representative, sometimes you got to be stoic. Right now he needs a little pick me up, and we got a double. And if we can get a little momentum going here. And maybe Kyle can get a couple 200s again and get himself back in this bowling tournament. After seeing what I've seen today, Urethane has been the talk of the town, has been the dominant force today. I did say in the earlier interview that you better get a lot of score today because tomorrow could be, the bullets could be flying at you. So I think guys are getting scored today and they're going to try to get on whatever they get because some guys are going to be holding on for dear life tomorrow. So Urethane's been a big factor. The scoring pace is a little bit lower on this squad and the first squad. The second squad really had an overall good scoring pace. But it all evens out. It's a US Open, it's day 1. Don't shoot yourself in the foot, keep yourself in it.
I think Urethane is still the answer, but it doesn't want to get through the front quite as well as it did earlier, and it also doesn't want to come off it quite as well. So it could be just the different types of players with different types of roles, or the pattern could be just getting flatter. I don't know.
The pattern seems pretty tight. I think the players that are bowling good are attacking them pointed to the head pin, like from 5. Seems to be the best way to attack them with Urethane. Anybody playing left to 10 is kind of struggling. I think from left and right, you got to be around 5 with Urethane going at the pocket. So.
It was pretty good, this pattern's pretty difficult on the fresh. They're very, very fresh in the backhand. So you have to keep very soft with your hand. You got to play very far left, but you got to keep your hand, your angle's pretty straight. As the day moves on, you know, you can move a little in, but you don't have a whole lot of room. So it's just about hand position and keeping your speed under control.
Mixed emotions. Felt like it could have been a lot better. Had a couple of games where I just wasn't, it's like I didn't know what I was doing. But kept it in play most of the time. With a game plan to start, throw urethane, just keep it in play, and I think we're in an okay spot for now.
Hey, Brad. Up in the booth, we were saying it was a Brad Miller U.S. Open squad.
What does that mean?
It means you didn't have any other games under 200, did you?
I didn't have a game under 200.
Your high game was like 222.
Yeah, bro. I can't strike with urethane. I don't know. But I bowled pretty good tonight. I can't believe I had what?
4 2-0s.
Was that my low game?
Yeah, 2-0, 2-0,
I didn't have a game under 200. Isn't that amazing?
It is.
Oh, and I'm only 70 over. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow I'll go better.
Yeah, I mean, after the Masters, I feel like my timing went off. So I just decided to, after I'm done, I went to practice to another bowling center, and then I came here and tried to practice the most that I can, you know, and try to get some feeling. And today I get some.
Yeah, it paid off.
Yes.
Great
yes,
bowling.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Well, what a day from the U.S. Open. We saw this morning that Jacob Buttriff led the first squad. Then we saw the B squad start to bowl really, really well, and we saw a lot of high scores come off of B squad. Then C squad settled down a little bit. Still had some nice scores, but not as good as B. So it'll be interesting to see what happens as we move tomorrow into a 40-foot flat pattern, and then go on to take on 2 more patterns here this week from the U.S. Open here at the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. Be sure to tune into Bowl TV and watch all the competition, and I'll see you guys down the road on the next one.